Good morning, Steve Zonardi here with Remax Treviso North Realty. Just a real quick update on the market. Inventory 32,209 units. Again, added another 1,000 from last week. So again, we're on the rise. So where is this going to stop? We don't know. We're 32,209. We're in June. We should get some drop off of inventory probably July into August, and there's going to be a pickup September, October, November. But let's see what happens. We might just clock out at the 34 to 35,000 units, depending on, this is a different market. Clearly, there's going to be a lot of desperation in the market. So we're not going to be a traditional year where we can kind of time things perfectly. I think there's a lot of people that are in distress right now that want to sell, get rid of their assets, and maybe downsize or cash out and rent. So they're populating the market with more inventory than we've ever experienced in the history of my time in real estate. And clearly, I would imagine, I don't know when there would have been 31,000 units, because ultimately there would never have been that many available units based on past, let's say, whatever, immigration numbers and population numbers. So it is what it is. Looking at the statistics, even for job loss for the month of November, they say their unemployment rate is 7%, but it's got to be a lot more than that. Clearly right now they're not encountering a few things here. They're not calculating a few things, and that's the problem with that. I feel like it's more 12 to 14% unemployment rate, and that's just based on the youth factor. So let's see here. It's just the youth factor, and then new Canadians, the new immigrants, clearly, and then laid off white collar workers in transition. And real unemployment should be between 12 and 14%, but they're not obviously putting that together just based on they don't want to panic everybody just yet. So even job loss and job gain. Sorry, my computer's just running so slow here. Got multiple screens. So you got here full-time versus part-time. So 57,000 jobs rose. Part-time 48,000 fell, and that's obviously due to the election. So what we lost in the sector was manufacturing, 12,200 jobs. This is just in May. Transportation and warehousing, 15,500. So remember, in April there was 57,000 jobs lost between manufacturing and then transportation and warehousing. Now we lost another 27,000 jobs in the next month. So business, building, other sector, 14,000 jobs. Construction, 7,400 jobs in agriculture. So remember, these are all very, very high-paying jobs. So this is going to be it's going to be a drag in the market, clearly, because a lot of these employed workers are the ones that actually fuel the economy and put money back into it. So again, it's going to be very transitional. What we're seeing right now, even in the market with our listings, is we're getting showings, but then there's no offers coming to them. So then we have to start adjusting price to meet these buyers. On the buying side, when we have our own buyers going in, clearly it's a buyer's market. We were dealing with one client yesterday, and she went to go see a property at an open house, and there's 18 groups of people that went through the property. It's a little tight area in Maple, which would make it more, it's near the mosque area, so that's always been very high turnover, highly populated. It's always been like that. I used to work that area a lot when I first got in the business, and so they want to buy back into that community, and they had 18 groups of the open house, and they're holding back offers. They're listed, I think, at $1 million and change or something of that nature, and it's probably worth 125 to 13 potentially. So it is what it is. But we're telling our client she wants to go in with the bidding war and just hold tight, because ultimately we have all the power. You're a cash buyer in the sense that you've been pre-approved with the mortgage. You have a great deposit, so you are a AAA asset in today's market. So let's not participate in any bidding wars. Obviously, what's the point? We can find something probably better at a lower price, so let's not get part of that hype. And good for that realtor that set up that bidding war, that's going to get a bidding war. That's pretty awesome for them. I think that's obviously relief for their sellers going in today's market. And again, what we're telling clients is just got to keep adjusting prices. There's no bottom to this. We don't know where the bottom is. Obviously, we started scratching the surface clearly right now, so ultimately we have to get this a lot lower going forward, but we'll keep you posted on that. And that's it. We're having a webinar this week and I believe it's on the 10th or the 12th. It's called Strive or was it Survive or Thrive, and that's basically in today's market. We're going to have some panel, obviously a few panelists on there. It's going to be myself, Mike Gaddy. We're going to be talking on the real estate side, unloading assets. So then we've brought on a mortgage broker that we deal with. I've been dealing with his dad probably the last 10 or 12 years. He's done a lot of my personal finances and investment properties, and everything has always gone through their company. And we're going to just look at what would it cost to refinance, what would it cost to break a mortgage. So we're going to go into all these factors. Instead of you dealing with the bank directly and calling them, we're going to just kind of tag this all on so you got firsthand information. And then ultimately we tapped on a mutual fund manager as well, which is from Scotia. So he's high up there, and he's going to be talking about what to do with your money. If you do cash out on your assets, let's say your primary residence or your investment property, where to put that money, and show you like a return between 6 and 10%, and you can kind of station it there until the market settles, and then you can buy back into real estate. And then also, I might bring up some of the Florida stuff if people are looking to unload assets in Toronto and then move it out to Florida, because obviously we're buying properties right now at such a low price, and they're cash flowing positive with AAA tenants in them. So we're maybe we'll tag that in as well for the event, and then or the webinar rather. And the webinar is going to be very nonchalant based, just conversation, and we're going to be pulling up slides as we are talking. And that's pretty much it. So it'll be more interactive than a traditional webinar. And then we're doing the Canadians to Florida webinar. We're just doing a repeat of what we did last month, just for the Canadians that missed it the last time. They want to just tag back on. So if you are interested in just hearing more about moving from Canada into the US, we're going to have myself, Mike Gaddy will be on there as well. I'll be representing the Florida side, Mike the Toronto side of real estate things, how we can sell your house in Toronto, get you buy you a property in Florida with the same company, which is great. And then ultimately, and then boots on the ground, both sides of the border. So it's not like we're pawning you off as a referral source in Florida. And then ultimately we have our immigration lawyers, Mimone Law, that's very successful. And then also they were from Toronto originally, so they understand the bumps that you have to get into moving forward, actually from Bolton, Ontario. But so you know, you can be an immigration lawyer that's stationed in America and not understand the process fully or wholly because of just the hurdles that we have to go through to kind of get through. So it's good to hear it from their perspective. And then ultimately we have my accountant, Alan, that's going to be on, and he's going to talk to you more about the egress, also the corporation setups. If you are looking to, you know, build a little empire out in Florida or in the US, this is a good guy to kind of get in there and structure your corporation strategically so you pay less tax and you get to shelter. And I'll give you one example. We're refinancing one of our properties right now, one of our investment properties, and we're doing it's a cash refi on the property, so it's not a DSCR loan. And ultimately, they're so enthralled by the setup of these corporations, because they took them literally 3 weeks to figure this out. Where actually they built their own. It almost looks like an FBI investigation where they're like basically tic-tacking where to find Steve Zollinaro if something were to go wrong. So it's like the shell is very, very whole, and that's a design from Alan. But that's pretty much it. Well, if you have any questions regarding your home, you want to sell, you want to get out of this property, if you want to have just a quick consult, give us a call, direct message me. We'd be happy to take your call, guide you through the next steps, and then go from there. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.